Hi everybody, I said I'd do you a quick video of when I'd fix the mower. I've been using it for a couple of days now. A couple of pitfalls, not bad things, it's just different things to get used to really. I've just done this big garden all with the drive. Now there is another video out there where the guy says when you use the drive you need to push forward on the handles a little bit. You do get a little bit of lift on the front wheels when you've got half a box of grass when you've got the drive on. Partly, I think, because it's so fast. Now this variable speed isn't really a variable, I don't think. It's sort of a slow, medium and a fast. There's no difference between there and there. It's either like that Hyundai petrol mower I had, which was too slow. It's just a little bit too slow on the medium setting and really too fast on the fast setting. It is bloody fast. Now I cut all day long. If you haven't had a driven mower before, you do tend to hang on the handles a little bit, so you've got to sort of let the mower do its thing and literally just hold this in so it keeps going and keep the drive on. That's another thing to get used to, because the drive is on this side. Ooh, we're off. Because the drive's on this side rather than that lever, when you're going around stuff, when you first start using it, you tend to grip. So that's just getting used to a different control, really. I'm going to sneeze. But if you're pushing the mower, I used that 7.5 amp battery yesterday. I think I'd done 8 or 9 gardens before the battery went flat, and they're average UK lawns, which are probably a third of the size of this lawn. And it managed fine. So slight pitfalls are really just the lag on engaging the drive. So what I'm tending to do is, if I'm using the drive, I'm pushing it, I've already started, then I engage the drive, and you've got to let go of the drive before you get to the end, because the left hand wheel tends to lock while the drive is disengaging. So what I'm doing is, as you get to the end of your run, just before you get to the end, let the drive off, which you're naturally slowing down anyway. And then by the time you turn around, if you need to do any adjustment, pull back. This isn't locked up. So that's really the only two pitfalls that I can see, is the lag on the gauging, the drive engaging, and the lag on it disengaging. Really good box size. When you've got it on full speed, you do tend to kick the back of the box, which is normal for a box this size. You know, I'm 6 foot tall, I've got a long stride, and you need that long stride when you're at full speed. Normally the first thing that goes on the boxes is the 2 rear back corners, where you're either kicking the back or standing it up to empty it. If you're like, I put it in a sack if there is no compost heap. I shall trial the mulching plug last week, because the guy I bought it off couldn't find the plug, but he's just found it. He's going to send it to me. So far the bypassing of the wires worked, so I'm happy with it. The only thing I did notice is, I think on the new mower it's got an extra height setting, because you see this has got six levels. The difference between 3 and 2 is a lot. You need an extra setting, because like, I'm doing it on 3. It's okay at the moment because it's really hot, but if you go down to 2, it's too low. I'm burning the grass. So I think the new one has got 7 settings, so it might be a case I might be able to buy that piece if it's available for the new mower, if it's the same, or I'll have to take that off and I'll make one with 7 adjustments, so I've got a better, because I think guys said that the 1 setting, the 6 setting, the highest setting is exactly the same. They just made another squeezed another setting in between the highest and lowest, which would be nice for like between, just give you it's quite a drop going from 3 to 2. So at the moment 2 is too low because it's too dry. It's we're in June now and we haven't had any rain for 2 months. You need to start bringing your levels up. So you know, because you cut the grass once on a setting that's too low, and that's it, knackered for the next 8 weeks really. But overall, I'm quite happy with it. I thought I would take my smaller one out, the 19-inch, and use that in the smaller gardens, but I'm quite happy, you know, because I've been using a 21-inch mower for the last 10 years. I'm quite happy with the size, even in the small gardens. But apart from that, it's a good machine. I think I can survive. I've got a 7.5 amp, a 6 amp and 2 4 amps. And I think that is enough for me to get around all the different gardens with a couple of charges. I'll show you the van. I've rigged the van up so I've got both chargers in the van and an extension lead, because when I started using this I used to take the chargers into people's houses and I was in such a rush I left the charger behind in a couple of houses and couldn't figure out which one it was because they'd taken them in. But anyway, that's the I think it's the 2nd generation self-propelled ego mower, because the new one's got the double blade. Now all the videos I looked at, the ones with the double blade, no one talks about the shorter run time if you've got the double blades on, because I think this one will need the high lift blade for spring and autumn to give you that extra lift to push that damp grass into the box, which that cuts the time down. So running 2 blades has got to shut the time down even more. So it'll be interesting to see what run times are on the new mower. But I'm quite happy with the 1 blade. Alright fellas, okay, bye.